Hi everybody, it's me Jane, the Badass Unicorn, back with a new build. This time I made a building tutorial for you guys and I tried to do kind of a Dracula castle, but then it turned out to be less scary and more pretty, but it's still a really nice base and I hope that those who do manage to build it will enjoy it. So yeah, let's get started. So the area I chose for this build is this kind of deserted area where there's no green trees or anything and there's like bones from dead dinos. I thought it was a pretty cool area, but basically you can build it anywhere where it's a flat ground. So the chords are here, and the first thing you need to do is to take all of this away. Once that's away, we're supposed to place our first pillar, and it should be approximately here. And to test it, you see if you can snap another pillar there and see if you can fit walls under the ceilings, because that will be very important. And once you've done that, you can just place the ceilings like so and continue to make a turn. And the way we make a turn is to put 2 fence foundations and then put 2 walls under one of the fence foundations. And now we're going out 5 steps. Once you've placed 5 ceilings this way, we're gonna do our first tower outline. So this is gonna go a little bit slower than the other tower outlines, so pay attention. The first thing we're gonna do is to turn out, and then we are gonna turn the same direction on every ceiling. And what's gonna happen is that you're gonna encounter foundational support issue, and then what you do is that you just give the last ceiling some foundational support, and then you just continue going around until you have a circle. And when you're going to place the last ceiling, you're going to see that if you continue the way you did before, this one ceiling is going to be in the way. So it's better to actually just take that wall, make a little cross thing there, and in order to remove this wall, you actually need to put some foundational support right there. Otherwise everything falls apart, and that would be very sad. And so just remove that wall, and then you can add the other wall and the last ceiling. And go ahead and remove all the walls on top. And so what you're gonna have to do is to put 1 pillar on each of these ceilings, and that is because we're gonna put another layer of ceilings, and that is only gonna be possible if every ceiling has a pillar. Not every ceiling, but every ceiling that kind of has a different angle. So this is how it's supposed to look once you're done, and we are gonna go ahead and do another tower, and now it's gonna go faster. So once we're done with that tower outline, we are going to continue out 3 steps this way, and then we're going to make a turn and then go 4 steps. Basically I'm just kind of following the stone, so if you're building on the same area you kind of know where to go. Otherwise you should really pay attention to how I place the fence foundations. So we go 4 times this way, then we're going to go 2 times inward, times the ceilings in this specific situation, 2 times, and then we're going to turn again, and then we're just going to put 2 more ceilings, one of which is going to be another tower outline. And it's better to place it like that, because then it's going to be easier later on when we're putting up walls. And now we're going to do yet another tower. Start by pulling out, and then we're doing the same fence foundation placement as always. When we have a foundational support issue, we just put a pillar, and then we go around in a circle. Let's just say that when you're done with this build, you're going to be very good at making circles. And there we go, yet another tower outline. And now we're going to go 3 steps out from here. And then we're going to make a turn, go 2 steps. Another turn, 2 steps. And another turn, and 2 more ceilings. And then we're going to go back to where those 3 started, and then we're just going to pull those towards the other side once they meet. That looks good, and now we're just going to place additional ceilings here before we start making the last tower outline. And so from here we're not going to go out, we're just going to go this way, so make sure you put the fence foundations the same way because it's a little bit different than the other towers. And once you have that last one, you put 2 steps out, and then we're going to go back to the first tower outline. And don't do what I'm doing right now because I was confused. Instead, just wait a little, and there, that's where we're supposed to put the ceilings, and then put the pillar back if you did what I did. And now we're going to do another tower, but this time it's going to be a double ceiling tower, meaning that we're going turn 2 ceilings, turn 2 ceilings instead of turn 1 ceiling, and so forth. And here I get confused because I've been doing single ceilings all the time, but then I figured it out. So yeah, just continue doing that, and this is gonna overlap on the single ceiling tower, and that's fine because that's what it's supposed to do. And so the last ceiling is supposed to basically go like that, and if you have something like this, you have been successful. And we can just remove the walls. I can remove the lower walls also, but I just didn't care to. And then we're going, is it 3 or 4? I can't remember. Well, it was 1, 2, 3, and then it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we go back to that big tower outline and go 4 steps out. And then 4 more, and we add another ceiling on that side, and then we do another turn. And another turn, though you could just pull the ceiling from the other side, because as you see, they just kind of fall perfectly together. So our last outline is this balcony, and so it's the same idea. You just keep doing what I'm doing, and whenever you end up not having foundational support, you just add that through pillars. And as you see, it's like 2 ceilings all around except for one area, which is like here and on the other side, where we use 1 ceiling before the turn. And once you have something looking like this, you're done with the outline. Just remove any wall that might be sticking out, and now we're just going to cover the whole place or the whole outline with ceilings. So you know how I in the beginning said that we were going to cover with another layer of ceilings? Well, this is what we're doing now. And so this is what you should be having. And now we're going to start actually building the base. I have a little bit of an issue there finding that one side of that tower. So I just removed that ceiling to be able to see, and there we go. Now I do this 4 walls high, but you should do it 6 walls high. The 6th wall should be an adobe wall, and sorry for not doing that. I'm actually going to demo this side of the tower, not this one, but the other one where they were crisscrossing, because I need to add 2 more crisscrosses. So I would do that if I were to use 6 instead of 4. These pillars are just drawn from the already placed pillars. These smaller demoing parts I'm not going to say much about in the video, but whenever I am demoing bigger parts, like half a tower or something like that, I will let you know so that you don't do the same mistake. And so I'm going to fill these ceilings in, but you shouldn't, because I actually removed them very soon again. Because I noticed that there's no foundational support over there, and in order to put the pillars without sticking out, I will have to remove some ceilings. Because why we have the lower layer of ceilings still there is because we can just attach another ceiling to them and then add whatever foundational support we would need, and then just cover it like so. Don't know if I made sense, but it makes sense in my head. I put only 2 walls down because I kind of liked that look, but obviously if you want to have more walls down or not as many, just do whatever on the balcony. And then I did the usual kind of like making the towers look like they're part of the mountain by just going as far down as I can. I don't have any S plus or no snap point things going on. This is 100% vanilla, so I just roll with whatever the walls let me do. So the first tower, if I'm not mistaken, is 5 stone walls high from the outline, and then it's 4 adobe walls in total. And then the other tower is 8 stone walls high and 4 adobe. And then the 2 back towers are 10 stone walls high and 4 adobe. I kind of liked that the towers were kind of like uneven because of the photo I was inspired by. All the towers were just like different shapes and sizes and so forth. But obviously if you prefer having all the towers or most of the towers the same size, you can choose to do so. Yeah, that was the part I meant when I said put 6 walls high rather than 4 walls, because I did that. And now here, do this turn and add 2 ceilings. But then pause this, don't do this, because I'm gonna remove this row, and this row. However, this you can do. Now, watch this. This is the right way of doing this. You're supposed to turn from this side just over this door frame, or dino door frame. And then soon, don't do this, I'm gonna put walls on the other side. So when I say don't do this, I meant the ceilings. Everything else you should do. So yeah, if you have the same problem as I, just remove the fence foundations on the lower ceiling and you should be fine. Now I'm going to put walls here, and then you can just attach the ceilings to the walls. I don't know why I did not do that in the beginning, but that means that I can now just remove these ceilings and attach the new ceilings to the walls, which looks so much better. you want to be able to enter the towers from the inside later on, make sure to put a door frame on at least one side of each tower. I think I do that for most, but I think two or maybe one of them I don't. And so this tower, I'm gonna demo parts of it later on. So now I kind of just like build it up, and then I end up demoing certain parts of it 2 times. And so my advice to you is to just kind of not finish it right now and then go back to it once I tell you to in the video, which I will once I have demoed it for the last time. All the towers are pretty much the same, so it's quite easy to, like, once you've done one, you know how to do the other ones. Just make sure you have enough walls and so forth on them, but obviously you can choose whatever height you want, but just make it look good. So yeah, again, just don't finish this tower because I will be demoing parts of this one particularly. When you don't have foundational support in this specific area, you can just pull pillars out from the underlying pillars from the side of which this kind of circle starts from, if that makes sense. And then you should get the foundational support that you need, just like I did here. And so here is where I demo the first side of this tower. This is the first time I demo, and the other time I demo, I will demo approximately the same side. And now I demo the other side of this tower. That's why you should wait with building it up, because here it went down again. And there, the outer side is basically done. And now we're just gonna put some decorative railings and pillars on the balconies and the roof. And then we're gonna put some door frames on the windows and on the doors. And then basically we're just gonna move inside and finish up the inside, and then we're gonna be done soon. And so now we're just gonna put ceilings all over the floor inside. In order to get foundational support, you just pull out whatever pillars you need to pull out, but you don't need to put ceilings exactly where I put ceilings. The point is to just cover the whole place. And make sure there's no pillars sticking out because it's real ugly. Once we're done with the lower floor, we're going to do an upper floor. So I'm just going to outline the area first. And I'm actually avoiding demoing that tower again. So I just kind of go around it. And once you outline the upper area, you just fill in with ceilings. And then this area, you just kind of cover with some walls and it looks perfectly nice. And now we are doing the absolute last step, which is this area. We are going to make a staircase. It's supposed to be 3 ceilings out there. So just a moment, I'm gonna realize soon, and I'm gonna demo a little. And there. And so if you can't place ceilings here, you just have to go under and put more pillars. which shouldn't be too hard. And then we're just gonna place some nice adobe pillars as decoration. And so I decided making the stairs with adobe ramps instead of any form of ceiling, because I kind of like the look, and because they go lower than the sloped walls, it kind of looks like a railing. And so let's just put the last bits and pieces together with the railings and one more pillar and some more railings. And then the build is officially done. So if you liked it, I hope you liked it. I hope you managed to build it. And I also would love to see it if you did manage to build it. I know it's a little bit tricky, but at least you learned how to make circles. And so yeah, do please share if you do build, either here or on Twitter. I have like 2 Twitter followers, but that's not the point. Just like send it to me so I can see it. I'd love to see you when you build it. And so yeah, that's all for today.